director of Billy the Kid. Great movie. And is there any thoughts of a sequel?
No.
No?
People ask me that question, and I know it's hard because you just watched the movie about this kid and you spent all this time and 85 minutes with him, but this film's about a window of time and this really formative time in this kid's life, and my hope is that people won't fixate on Billy and see the bigger story here. And Billy was courageous enough to share his story that I think speaks to a much larger story, and I'm not interested in it just tracing his life, but leaving the story and the message that I think Billy the Kid does.
So, alright, sequel's out. What are your next plans?
Oh, you're gonna hate that. This is gonna be the worst interview ever. I'm working on a hybrid of fiction, non-fiction, but I'm not talking about the topic yet. I'm like superstitious about that.
Is it writing or is it
both?
So you're writing a fiction, non-fiction type piece?
Writing, but not traditionally. I'm doing interviews. I'm creating characters through interviews and people that I have found. And some of it will be written from what they've said, and some of it will be developed.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Josh Brolin? He's kind of had a big 2007.
That's so funny that you just said that. Okay, Josh Brolin came and saw Billy the Kid at LAFF and the Los Angeles Film Festival, and I had no idea. And it was the Q&A, and I couldn't see because there were so many lights, and I picked him, and he was like, what did he say? He said, do you have any interest in making narrative films? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I didn't know it was him, but then I was like, oh my god, is he like looking for a job or something? But yeah, he's like, I love this film, and it played so much like a narrative film, and I think he gave me like all these compliments and stuff, and it was Josh Brolin. And this was way before No Country for Old Men came out and all this stuff, and so that's my thought. I think he's a babe, and he has really good taste in movies.
So that's.
And I haven't seen No Country for Old Men.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
But what about Planet Terror?
I haven't seen that either, but I saw the interview that he did on MySpace.
Have you seen
that? They have this thing called Artist to Artist on MySpace, and he did this interview about horror films or something with this director, and it was hilarious.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
But wait, what's the other film called?
Well, the one with the Grindhouse.
Yeah.
He was in the first part. It was a pretty good part, I think. It's like really tiny, but like, I mean...
Well, what's your thing with Josh Brolin?
Well, I mean, it's just been a big year for him, and,
Like, you think this is his revival?
Yeah, and, well, I actually watched the first season of 21 Jump Street this year, and then he was in one of the episodes, so it's been like 3 things I've seen.
So do you think it's like his John Travolta, like now he's just going to become...
I don't know, but
okay.
I think if there's a lot...
And I just had a story about him,
If there's a lot of internet hype, then maybe, like...
Yeah.
You can lead the revival.
Okay. I gotta see the movies though too. So
Well, you can just type it.
Okay. And he gave me props, so maybe I should.
What about you said you hadn't seen those movies. What were your top movies of the year?
The Diving Bell and the Butterfly. I love. Okay, this is gonna be really hard because when you make a film and you're on tour with a film, it's really hard to see films. But there's also there's a film at the festivals called Frownland that I think is really good and interesting. Okay, let me think. Diving Bell and the Butterfly, Frownland. I hated Mars and the Real Girl. So stupid.
I didn't see that.
I think Juno. I mean, I don't hate it.
You're kind of jealous?
No, I think Billy